Everybody, Scout Crafter here again. See that little guy in the wire of the tree in the bottom? That's a black squirrel. We don't usually see too many of them around here. I remember the first one about 30 years ago I saw over in Whitestone. And again, we don't see too many. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm sorry about getting to some of the comments. My router went down on my computer, so it's a real pain in the neck. In fact, I don't even know how I'm going to be able to upload this. So I'm going to try and do it by transferring it to my computer. I don't know, something different. So if it's a little bit late, forgive me. And I hope you all have a nice weekend, and hopefully this will be resolved by Monday. Let's get to it. Okay, before we start today's project, I thought I would just throw this in. Pretty interesting. You see these? The other day it was at the Long Island Antique Tool Collector Society. You know, we went there. I brought these because I was going to pull a gag on some guys there. But here's something you probably won't see too often. You know, this wrench. You know, you can see it's a 16 and 17 millimeter. These pliers, they're pretty well, you know, it looks like they're rusted up, you know, but they're regular kind of lineman's pliers. And this old nut and bolt here, but you know what's funny about all these? They are chocolate. They're all chocolate. Isn't that cool? And I was going to bring this there and I was going to pop it off. Let's see if we can break it. Yeah, look, see? I was going to pop one of these in my mouth in front of the guys and say, I need extra iron. And I don't know how these, I'll taste it. Yeah, it's chocolate, real good too. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, let's get to our project. Okay, now when you think of locking pliers, you know, we all think of one brand, right? We think of Vice Grip. This is a Peterson invention, and it's a fantastic tool and things like that. We've went through this before, but there were hundreds of different locking pliers that were developed and patented. And the one we're going to talk about today is this one here. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these before. And this is called a Gripso Vice Pliers. And H&R, you can see here, H&R Basford. They were out of San Fransisco, California. They were a small tool company in the late 40s, and they were making a few different pliers. They made this pipe wrench here, and Gripso was their trademark name. You can see this cool pipe wrench that we're going to be doing an upcoming project. This is a Gripso-matic, and this locking pliers was one of their more famous inventions. And before I tell you about it and show you about it, let's clean it up. They came black ox coated. And you know how I hate that coating. And you can see it wore off through the years. These were patented around 1940s. And this is a pretty early one. And so between 1940s and 1950s or so. But you can see all the black ox worn off. But we're going to polish it down, make it nice to handle, and then we'll demonstrate. Okay, here we are at a post-wire brush evaluation, and I did a lot of cleaning. I had to clean in here, you know, using the tubular wire brushes, and then I put it into a vat of degreaser and got everything else nice and clean. Everything's nice and clean. You can see here after cleaning up, you can see there is a patent number on here. Let's see if we can focus. There you go. There's the patent number, 2514130. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try and buff it out a little bit because, you know, it's just in need of a little bit of a shine. And this will come out real good because this is the barrel, the rotate. This is what changes everything with this design. So let's get to the buff. Now, I spent a lot of money on this wrench because it's in great shape, so you won't see a big difference, but this would have looked like before. And we are calling these done. Now, if you could see, I didn't go for a full polish on these because whenever you have rivets, now this is something to remember because this is a newbie mistake that I've made a dozen times. If whenever you have rivets and you try and get around with the belt sander, you can't get close to the area, so you leave grooves and it just looks terrible. So you have to go with what the finish looks like. But it is smooth, it's very nice in the hand, it's all cleaned up, oiled up, working good. In fact, some of the oil is still coming off. But You see here how this barrel adjusts. This is different from, now with a regular vice grip, you see it adjust from the rear. That's how you adjust the opening of a wrench. With this one here, you use this barrel and that opens and closes the wrench. You can see how nice and smooth and easy that works. Then if you want to clamp on something, like this piece of wood here, let's turn around to get a wider side here. Squeeze down and you can see it clamps down. It gives you a really nice clamp. And to release, you just press this like this. And you see that little cam there? That little cam rides up on there and releases very easy. And you can listen how nice that sounds, right? But you can see when you work in one hand, you just pull up on your pinky and it's released. Whereas the problem with the Peterson, a lot of people didn't like that this had to push down like this. Now the mole pliers, which they use in England and other places, they had a release that you could pull up. It was a little bit better. I liked it better actually. That I like a release that kind of pulls in towards the tool to release it. So let's give it a try and see how it works on. Okay, to give you first of all size comparison of the wrench. The wrench is about 8.1 inches long, and I'm comparing it to a 7-inch vice grip, just so that it stays in frame. But I want to show you something about the jaw differences. If you notice here, this had a cool little jaw design where it was pretty much straight in the front. The whole top jaw was straight, but the bottom jaw was straight in the front and then it curved down. So if you we're going to use pipe or any round stock, you would use it back here. Any flat stock you would use up here. The Peterson models always had something a little bit different. They were kind of curved on both top and bottom jaws. A very unique design for them. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but here it is. I'm going to lock it up here on a bolt. You know, this is a regular hardened bolt, and I'm going to lock it up. And you can see that's a strong lock on here. Obviously not going anywhere. Can't move it at all. And then to release, you know, if I had my hand on here, I just use my finger like that. Release is very easy. So I do like these. Again, H&R Basford out of San Francisco, California. They were known for their Gripso style tools, or name brand. And we'll be doing some more of these. And I just hope you enjoyed the presentation on this one. A little bit different of the many locking pliers. This one's an interesting one. So thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.